The Rap Roundtable.
The Rap Roundtable returns with another rendition of the vaunted Lunch Hour. It's your boy Jav here alongside the Rap Snob, alongside Dini the Balance, alongside the homie Mace. Rap is going crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? We got Diddy getting locked up, rap beef with the new generation. You know, y'all, some of y'all calling it subliminal warfare. I think we're past sublims at this point, but nevertheless, it's hectic. You'll see what's going on. Is Jay-Z next? That is the question. But before we get into that, make sure you hit that like button, run those comments up, hit subscribe, follow us on the socials, get familiar with the Rap Roundtable. But really, I'm going to go back to it. Hit that like button, please. Run the comments up, keep us in that algorithm. Now, Macito, the people are saying, with everything happening with Diddy, that Jay-Z is next up. I'm very ignorant when it comes to these things. I'm just not sure why they're so confident. As a person like yourself who's well-versed in everything, why are, pardon me, a large majority of people saying Jay-Z's next, don't get comfortable, Hov, you're next, Beyonce's next, etc.?
Well, John, in the same way that like Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg represent the tech world and as like the two oligarchs, Jay and Puff are the same way for the rap game. You know, everybody's always felt they little way about, you know, Puffy's parties. Don't go to them, according to Cat. But in that same way, Jay-Z's kind of, you know, for conspiracy theorists, always represented the Illuminati. You know what I mean? For somebody who's had his 1 month run watching all of the Illuminati videos on YouTube, Sin started it right there. It's the hand signals. It's the secret coded messages. When Magna Carta came out, he was the lord of. Listen, they're gonna get you next, John. We better not blow up. They're gonna show the screenshot.
The marble floors.
I'm just showing what they say.
Checkerboard floors. My bad.
Right. Alphabet and all that. Chill. Don't get involved.
and Jay-Z, more than Diddy has in a long time. Diddy, for those initiated, still has that type of power, right? Jay-Z's still the one who can make or break you. You know what I mean? If Jay-Z don't like you, he's gotten Charlemagne fired. He's gotten all type of people fired. He's gotten people, you know, Megan wouldn't be where she is if she didn't run from, you know, her situation right to Rock Nation. He got Meek Mill out of jail, right? That's what everybody says. So Jay-Z is still the one who wields the power. So when people think about, you know, people in the background who are controlling things, who are puppeteers, they think of Jay-Z. Now, why they automatically go to, you know, the things that Puffy are being accused of, I'm not sure, because I know, you know, there's that list that everybody talks about, right? I've never really given much credence to that. But other than that, I've never really heard about, you know, don't go to Jay-Z parties, or, you know, Jay-Z is funny. You know, I never seen Jay-Z look a man dead in the eye and tell him to celebrate his birthday with him. You know what I mean? I haven't seen that. So, you know, I don't know where they make that correlation, but as far as like the big two power figures in hip hop, it's Puff and it's Jay. It's always been that. So in that way, I can see people relating, oh, if that guy was doing something, this guy must have. But, you know, I don't see any smoke to the fire, to be honest with you.
At all.
Talk to me, Sen. You're ready to hit.
At all. Like, it's crazy. Just say you don't like Hov, bro. It's okay to say. Just say that. You know what I mean? Like May said, there's really no smoke to this fire. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no signs of this. When you think about Puff's current situation, how many decades have we been hearing these stories from Puff, involving Puff? You know what I mean? When you think of, you know, other, you know, men in the industry that have gotten themselves in similar situations, Robert, you know what I mean? We heard his stories for decades. You know what I mean? Bill Cosby, we heard his stories for decades. Have we really heard a Jay story that's in the same realm as what, you know what I mean, what Puff is being accused of doing? No. I mean, we've heard some, like, you know, maybe shady industry dealings, you know what I mean? Like disgruntled, you know, ex-employees or ex-colleagues or ex-artists that were under the label. But that's really as far as it goes, you know what I mean? And so it's really... It's crazy. It's even irresponsible. Not that, you know, a lot of people that saying this stuff, not that they have any sort of responsibility. They're just trolls on Twitter. But it really is irresponsible to draw a line from Hov to Diddy just because you might not like Hove, you might not like his music, you might not like the way he goes about business. That's entirely fine, but to make that jump to this, it's wild to me. It's really wild.
Deanie, talk to me, bro.
I think it's the curse of the rich man. It's more of a situation where it's like if anybody could do it, it had to be him. You get what I'm saying? If anyone could keep this tight web, this whole shit under wraps to pay people off and to, you know, buy silence and shit like that, it will have to be something like, it's basically like Bruce Wayne has to be Batman because only Batman will have to be rich to be Batman. You get what I'm saying? So it's kind of in that vein. But Hove, I've never ever got that feeling from Hove. It's never been in discussion. The niggas been married. Him and Puff were just different niggas. Niggas been married for like 1,000 years. His whole like basically put hip hop on hold to be with the wife. Like he's just a different type of nigga. You get what I'm saying? I don't think Hove would involve himself in stuff like that, especially knowing like there's a lot of people that would want to kind of like hate and bring him down like that. Because you know Jay had to rise up through the ranks. There would be people that want to bring him down. That's why I'm shocked at all this Puffy shit. Because I'm like, with all the people you've wronged, you get what I'm saying? I think you would want to walk like a straight and narrow with the way you handle things in life. So to see him veer off the beaten path this way is crazy. But I think Hove is all right, man. I think this is just more of the rich guy. Like if anyone could have afforded to pull this off, it had to be someone who's loaded. And when you think of the two most loaded people in the game, he said it. Macito said it. Outside of like maybe Birdman, I mean, as far as New York City, that's the two power hitters. So you would think if anything happens, anything.
Dr. Dre is in that conversation as well. Don't do that.
Okay. Not as active as those two as far as like in motion. You get what I'm saying? But you're right. But another one that could be considered that. If it was him, it would be the same thing. It's not. This is not something that like a little guy could have pulled off. You get what I'm saying? This had to be a mastermind, someone with the means, someone with the brain power, someone with the ability to connect all the dots and get all the, because the way this shit is sounded, bro, there's like 1 million dots in this play. You get what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of moving parts. So I don't think Hove is on that type of time, man. I think a lot of people just, it's money. Sadly, money does that to people.
Hey, I mean, people are gonna be upset with our takes because they're gonna say, "Oh, you're shooting bail for Hove right now. He's known to be in the Illuminati. There's been things said about him as far as his success is because he sold his soul." Do you remember maybe almost 15 years ago, we had the song Freemason, which was one of the original takes about Hove, that he's a Freemason, and if somehow being a Freemason was connected to the Illuminati. The symbol of the Freemason is an Illuminati symbol and all this and that, to the point that he had to rap about it on Rosé's album. We'll talk about Rosé a little bit later. So it's like,
but that was basically him reacting to the trolls.
Right. And it's like, I could say this. I was just on the train the other day and I seen a regular nigga with a Freemason symbol. I've seen plenty of regular people with Freemason symbols throughout New York City. The stickers are on their car, or they got the little pendant, or they rock the ring.
The ring.
You're telling me all of these black men who are Freemasons that I've seen, because I've never seen a white one or a Hispanic one. No, if they exist, I'm not saying they don't. I'm saying from my personal experience, there's been a bunch of black dudes, middle-aged black dudes, with, you know what I mean, in that realm. You telling me all of these people are Illuminati? Niggas
and riding the train?
They be like mailmen and shit.
Riding the train on the fucking 5 train in the afternoon, nigga. You know what I mean? These people are Illuminati. The dude with the pickup truck or the little SUV riding around with his kids is Illuminati. I'm just saying, like, what's the science behind it? Now, if you're saying that the music industry is generally shady and Hollywood has some very weird dealings, and there's been things about Puff that align with that, yeah, I won't argue that at all. Honestly, there was everybody at some point in their life has this idea that they want to be rich and famous. The older I get, the more I just want to be okay. I want to be like, I got enough money to be comfortable and I can live how I want to live. I don't got to worry about no bills. I can travel when I want to travel. I just want to be in that space, because to me, I'm scared of Hollywood. Hollywood is just, I'm not cut for that shit. I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? I want to still be, I want to be paid. A paid nobody is my dream. My dream of all dreams, to go to Key Food at any point but have big racks in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
talk about it.
What are we talking about? Where's the evidence? Some videos on YouTube? The Rock Nation
videos.
Some homemade videos.
Videos.
A Rock Nation brunch that didn't happen because Diddy was under investigation. That's the clue. The fact that he became a billionaire, so he had to have sold his soul to become a billionaire. But then it's the same people who tell me he sold his soul to become a billionaire were telling me that he was never the hottest rapper, and this guy sold more, and that guy sold more, and that guy sold more. So it's like, is Nelly Illuminati? Is Eminem Illuminati? Is Flo Rida Illuminati? I can keep going.
Was DMX Illuminati?
Is DMX Illuminati? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? How come Drake don't have...
Illuminati got DMX, guys?
How what? Say it again.
I said the videos say the Illuminati got DMX. You have to remember.
How come Drake is not Illuminati? How come Birdman don't get the Illuminati allegations? Why are the two loudest Illuminati allegations two New York names? Dr. Dre don't got no Illuminati allegations, but Diddy and Jay-Z minding his business. Now he's a quote trafficker because he might be on Epstein's list that nobody saw. But y'all are convinced that he's on. Who saw the list? Let me know. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm just laying these things out there. Am I saying that Jay-Z probably hasn't done some nefarious shit? I will never swear for a man. I don't know. You feel me? That is my honest answer. I do not know. But I know I haven't seen the Epstein list. Sin, you saw the Epstein list? Dina, you saw the Epstein list?
Word of it.
I ain't peep it.
Mace, did you come across the Epstein list?
I sent it to the chat.
Did I?
Would have. I said I would have sent it to the chat.
I heard I sent it to the chat like, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Emergency episode.
Now, I know we've heard the rumors and people expect that when that list comes to the light of day that he will, in fact, be on that list. But if we don't have evidence, what are these allegations? What are we doing here? They said he disappeared, right? Ironically, the man that disappeared was liking posts on Instagram about the Aubrey and Kendrick beef. So is he disappeared or is he on Instagram looking at rap beef? Which one is it? Y'all help me out here. Y'all can keep going, but you know what I mean?
And I keep going back to like how you say the stories of like motherfuckers was literally running away from Bad Boy. You know what I mean? Mace, Loon, like everybody was trying to get at the locks. Everybody was trying to get out of that situation. I just seen I seen this clip today of Torre. Y'all know Torre, the interviewer or whatever, media personality. And he was giving this account of how, and he said this was the first time he ever said this, in public, that he had a family member that he had helped out, and that he had hit up Puff and was like, "Yo, my family member wants an internship," and the internship lasted about 4 months, and then it just deaded. And the family member, Torre's family member, like at some point finally explained, like, yo, he basically said, come over here to, whatever house he had, come to my house, spend the night, or the internship is over. And the person was just like, I'm not doing that. And that's it. That the internship was deaded on site. Like these stories go back so far. When have we ever heard a Hope story like that?
And that's my thing. Like, we not even running to say like, or maybe, but I'm not even running to say like Jay-Z is some great guy with his.
No, that's not what we said.
Not even. That's not even what this is about.
If a story came out, you know what I mean, Jay-Z paid off a judge, you know what I mean, Jay-Z has ties to the cartel, you know what I mean, Jay-Z secretly voted for Trump, you know what I'm saying, like shit like that, you know what I mean, but freako activities, I'm not just going to throw that on anybody, bro. And Puff for a long time has had all of us side-eyeing him about, you know what I mean, those hashtag activities.
Way too many interviews we can go back and see, like, just sus behavior, bro. Just like for decades, shit. Just talking to niggas spicy, taking niggas shopping. I want to party with you with the extra views on the you. Like,
remember the Fabulous? Was it Fabulous and Kiss?
Fabulous Kiss. Uncomfortable.
And it's like, we got people here who don't know, because we said it like 6-7 months ago when we first got like an inclination that this shit might go left. That Puffy's like one of the most nefarious niggas. Like the rumors are, we been saying that he's a goon. He does all types of shit. We said that, but then you got to rely on people who call Harvey Purs, who don't do no research. They not really for the culture. They don't know shit, but they got opinions. Who didn't know that we already knew about Diddy's behavior. Nigga, since we was all kids, they've been saying Diddy was fucking, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Activities, yeah.
But they're saying, and I've read comments, so we got to address it. They're saying that Hov has had a history of messing with underage girls, which would lead into the allegations. I guess the Foxy Brown rumors. Yeah. They're I don't know about Aaliyah so much, but they say he waited. Go ahead, Mace.
I was gonna say Foxy Brown has denied those.
Yeah, but it's in the atmosphere.
Right.
Foxy Brown, they said he waited for Beyonce to turn 18 before he dated her. Although there's rumors that Beyonce's been lying about her age for years. So
they threw Riri in there too.
But we already know young Chris got Riri and it wasn't Hov. We know that. You know what I'm saying? That's why Chris been in the situation he's been in.
Shout out to Chris.
The rumors are that it was on the boat. It got crazy. And then Hov he got in trouble with Jigga behind that, and things went left with their relationship. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, besides those couple of young starlets who allegedly, who have not come out and even intimated that he has done anything. And in fact, Foxy, to Mace's point, said that it didn't happen. What are we doing here?
Right, because the Freako is the pay-per-view. The pre-show was the 30 million he gave Cassie. You know what I mean? Let's not just skip past that. Puff just paid on somebody who said he did everything that they're saying. He's the Freako. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not like they just landed on a crib. We just had the New York City file all your lawsuits, right? We heard everybody's name. Jimmy Iovine. We heard Puff. We heard Russ. We heard everybody. I didn't see Sean Carter on none of the dockets, bro.
Facts.
Right. You know what I mean? I just want to say that when the time comes and he's in fact guilty, if we get hard evidence that says this is what it is, we would renounce him. We not with none of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But
facts.
What we're not gonna do is drag people without facts. We've never done it as a pod, so I don't think we should start doing that now. I don't understand why y'all needed to be Jay. Is it because he's rich? Is it because Jay-Z fans are annoying because they talk about him being rich? Like, which one is it? I don't know.
The W's, bro. The W's.
I mean, yeah, look,
win a lot.
Yeah, it's just these are the same people that, like we said earlier, say he's in the Illuminati. These are the same people that, like, any given chance they're gonna slander Jay-Z. They're gonna say that he was a rhyme biter, that he bit all of Biggie's rhymes, that he never had an original rhyme in his life. You know what I mean? That, like, any opportunity they get, that is the very definition of a hater. To throw this kind of energy on somebody without no proof or no sign of anything, definition of a hater, bro.
I see work. Yeah. Real quick, before we get into the next segment, again, hit that like button, run the comments up. Please subscribe. Y'all see us right now. I think we at 14.4K, the road to 15K. We are sprinting to 15. We had a strong weekend over the weekend, so we got a lot of new customers. And I just want to say, as you guys are filing in, hit that like button, comment, subscribe. Roundtablemerch.com. Get you one of these. If you're feeling generous, the Rap Roundtable on Cash App. But we prefer you go get some merch. Put this hat on. This is a symbol of hip-hop discussions. It's one big lunch table from coast to coast, Midwest, North, South, all that. Make sure that you help us build our brand, because everything you put into the brand goes into the brand. You know what I mean? We don't keep this shit. You know what I mean? We got a very special guest pulling in at the end of this show, someone that you're very familiar with. So make sure that y'all don't dip off. And this might be the first time we've had to say it in a couple of weeks. Don't get fired, because I don't know how long we're gonna be today. You know what I'm saying?
Might be a minute.
Outside.
We might be a minute. But with all the smoke in hip hop, we would have thought by now that there would have been a response. We've seen Aubrey on stage saying his back is whatever and his toes are 10 down and whatever he was talking about. Apparently it's West Coast info. West Coast lingo, pardon me. That's what I was told. It was West Coast lingo. I don't know. But nevertheless,
that feels like pause adjacent, man.
Right.
Yeah, my back is straight and my toe, I'm 10 toes down. That was the line.
Hey, yo. Yeah. Then he's on social media, and I want to pull up the post before we move on. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure that I get this. Give me 1 second, because I want to read this caption to y'all on Instagram to tell y'all this is where we at as a culture. And there it is. I found it. He says they rather go to war with me than admit they are their own worst enemy. So he's subbing on Instagram as opposed to rapping back. The whole rap world is unfollowing, disliking, and just not rocking with Aubrey. And now he's on Instagram throwing subs and straightening his back on stage. Is Drake ducking the face in?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You could say his trigger fingers are turning into IG fingers.
Ooh.
I mean, not quite Twitter on IG, but I mean, same concept, same energy, man. Look,
yep.
People got to be honest about Drake right now, man. Especially his fans. I'm going to talk directly to his fans because y'all are really copping a lot of pleas right now. A lot of pleas. The whole free world outside of Drake fans, right? We're all waiting for this response. Now, if y'all remember on Back to Back, he literally said, "I waited 4 days. Where y'all at?" You know what I mean? Which means that he's very impatient when it comes to like this rap beef shit. It's been what, 7 days now, a whole week, and all we get is an IG post. Mm-hmm. And now Drake fans are coming on Twitter and social media like, "Oh, why y'all feel like he has to like respond so quickly?" Bro, that's his own words when he was going at me. 4 days. It's been way more than 4 days, bro. Where's he at? Then what pissed me off even more is that they're looking at Kendrick like, yo, but like he said he wasn't gonna sub no more, but he's still subbing because he didn't say Drake's name. That means he's soft. Bro, Drake didn't say nobody's name. He didn't say Meek's name on Back to Back. We knew who he was talking about. He didn't say Common's name on Stay Scheming. We knew who he was talking about. He said a few names on Duppy. He didn't say Push's name on Duppy. We knew exactly who he was talking about. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna need everybody to stop moving the goalposts for this man. This man right now is on the clock, tick, tick, tick. Oh, and if he don't respond, this is another L for your boy Drake. And his record right now is looking shaky. You know what I mean? Because the W's are what? Against C-list Meek, against Common, Wade,
damn.
Hey,
Meek is
listen.
D-list, bro. Don't do that.
D-list Meek.
D-list.
B minus.
B.
He had a time, Sim. Don't let this little bad run get you away from all the other fire.
At the time, he was B-list. Fine.
All right.
Maybe I'm looking at it from
today,
that point,
from your own sensibilities.
No. From today's vantage point.
Yeah.
At the time, he was all right. I'll give him B. You know what I mean? Common, way past his prime. You know what I mean? But when it comes to dudes that are like still sharp with the pen, still sharp with the bars, Pusha, and now Kendrick. If you don't respond to Kendrick, man, that's an L. That's an absolute L. You know what I mean? And that means that when it comes to like real MCs that's sharp with their shit, he don't stack up.
Mesito.
This is crazy. Saying that Drake is ducking the fade because he won't jump out the window with a diss track. Is that what we asking? What we asking for a completely dedicated Kendrick diss track?
Yes.
What we want from a verse? I don't know. You know what I mean? This is the art of war. You feel what I'm saying? Like, like that's not enough to just. I'm not saying Drake is gonna reply, bro. Drake is gonna reply, but saying like he gotta jump out the window for it in that Drake fans are copping please. We learned them from the pleas that Kendrick fans have copped for the last 6 years, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just read the blueprint, my nigga. Excuse me, right? That's what we give it. So at the end of the day, bro, like,
so you're saying Drake wants to be like Kendrick? Copy.
He don't have to jump out the window with a diss track. The next time we hear Drake, this is what I'm saying. The next time, because the rumors are that he had a verse on a BFB Pac-Man song, Olympic shit talking, and that he's got it removed before the album came out. So that's all that we need, is that the next time we hear Drake, he needs to reply to Kendrick. He don't need to jump out the window for 4 days for somebody who raps on Kawhi Leonard time. Like, what are you talking about, Sid?
Low
Like,
management, boss.
when did first person shooter come out?
We
Because Kendrick didn't jump out the window the next week with that, right? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, Drake is not dumb. He's seen this before. This is the infrared bait, right? Kendrick has his little record that he's ready with, and he wants Drake to just jump all out the window because he wouldn't know what Drake got on him. Nah, listen, if we gonna play, you know what I mean? You clicked up with my old team. You got Rick Ross following me. Nah, man, I reply when I feel like it, man.
Dini, jump in. This is getting crazy.
Yo, I mean, this shit is the game's chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I'm not responding to that nigga at no point that y'all want me to respond to. I'm giving that nigga the work strategically when I want to provide the work, bro. Like, y'all niggas ain't gonna have me on. Y'all have me on the clock. When this nigga dropped the album every 5 years, I'm on the clock. The nigga that
You gotta stop saying that. It was 1 5-year gap,
It sound good though. It
Just
sound good though. It sound good. Let me cook. Let me cook. It sounds.
No, we get cooked in the comments. Like, y'all
Cook
niggas
me,
don't know what
y'all.
y'all
Come for
talking
the
about.
Diddy, man. Cook me, bro. Jump for me. I mean, come on, my nigga. Like, if you're in any situation with someone and they react, even a boxer, they throw a punch, you're gonna throw a punch right back because they threw a punch, my nigga? No. You waited till you see the opening. I mean, when's the last time the world has had a free discussion like, yo, Kendrick, body that? When's the last time that's happened? Like the Heart Part 5. It's probably the last time that happened.
Last week.
And prior to that, it's been a really long time.
Don't do that. He was rapping on Mr. Morale. There was some songs we ain't like, but the rapping wasn't in question.
Oh, Job said there was some joints. You heard that?
Thank you.
There's some joints, but the Heart Part 5 was
around.
added. He's not coming around. The Heart Part he's really not. He just contributed and shit. I dig it.
Being fair.
The Heart Part 5 is a part of the album. It was added on to that album for a reason. Because he know as song for song, that was the best body of work on the album. That one song transcended the whole album to me. That song is fire. But what I'm talking about, Drake is, you can't just do that. Especially not keep it a buck, like careers are on the line here. Not to say Kendrick could like end Drake's career, but like we could be here having a crazy ass conversation a couple of days after that response. You get what I'm saying? If shit goes left, if Kendrick drops a 12 out of 10 and Drake's response is an 8, 9, Kendrick's still gonna walk away with that, and then the whole conversation flips. As of right now, today, Drake is still a man. Drake is still on tour with the second biggest artist in the game. I mean, as of right now, Kendrick is kind of the one throwing. Let's say he don't respond to Kendrick for 2 months. What does Kendrick do?
We'll go back to whatever he was doing.
Back to Canal Street with the Jordans. That's what I'm saying. Like, he don't have to respond, and he will still move units. You get what I'm saying? It's not like he's an artist that's feet tied to the wall. Oh, you didn't respond to Kendrick, so we're dead. You're dead to us in the street. You know, if we put some fire out, the streets are gonna fuck with it, and it is what it is.
Okay.
According to Aiden Ross, I don't know how substantiated this is, but he says he spoke to some people that know some people, and Kendrick got a whole diss track in the tuck.
He got the time to do that.
All right, well, here's what I say. When it comes to Aiden Ross, I don't care about anything he has to say about rap. I know he probably might be a tastemaker, or he's in a position as a streamer boy to be plugged into certain people. But I just don't believe that the way Kendrick Lamar moves, that he would allow Aiden Ross to break any news affiliated with Kendrick Lamar. So I'm going to start there with that. I'm a little conflicted with this whole situation because I'm not about to be on Odini time and make it seem like Kendrick ain't been rapping. Mr. Morale, like, the rapping was not in question on that album. It was a lot of them songs, some of the subject matter we didn't care about. You know, he was on his therapy vibe.
Just say it.
What?
Just say you ain't want to hear that shit.
I wasn't even going there.
That's the bar. That's the bar that tainted the whole album.
No, that bar represented what a lot of the album was about, and it was some shit niggas did not want after a 5-year hiatus. That's all niggas has been saying the whole time.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying? Everything Kendrick put out is not gonna be classic or Pulitzer, bro. Like, this just is, to me, in his lexicon of in his body of work, this is his weakest album by far. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's not even close. We're not breaking new ground saying that. But again, N95, he was rapping his ass off. There's a few other joints. Even that pushing niggas off me like, he was rapping on that. He was doing his thing. Shit. Yeah. The joint he did with what's the name of the joint when he was breaking up with his girlfriend?
Oh, We Cry Together.
We Cry Together. Wow, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was the one.
So the rapping with Kendrick, never in question. So from that perspective, I want to see this fight happen. I feel like this is almost like I always say, it's Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. We need to see this fight. We're not moving off of this point until we see this fight. Do I think Drake needs to respond like immediately? Selfishly, it would have been nice. You know what I'm saying? Can we get the response? Because to me, again, if you've been fanning the flame, you clicking up at J. Cole, who we gonna talk about in a split second, and y'all say the bars are flying, the little darts that only you as an artist know that Drake is talking to you. Y'all keep calling this man out. Y'all been subbing each other for years. And on like that, Kendrick said, "We not talking no subliminals," and then said first person shooter right after that. So for the people who are saying that, oh, he was subbing on that song, no, he told us right before he started talking his shit that I'm not subbing. I'm talking to these two niggas over here.
Fuck so your big argument, three, it's just big me. Like what else do you need?
Come on, bro. Come on. What are we doing here? So it's like if you think it's a sub, then maybe you need to get your rap acumen up. There's some fly shit that our favorites have said that when we went back on it and we was like, ooh, this guy was talking to him. Then there's I'm talking to these two niggas over here. I don't need to say their names. It's these two niggas over there. And when you look around, there's only two niggas standing there. So obviously he's talking to them. So what are we talking about? But Drake's responses was making this bothersome for me. The performance on the stage, the IG posts, just moving. Like for the first time, maybe ever, it looked like somebody got Drake off his pivot. He not moving like the Obster. Remember when he was poolside throwing shots at Metro, sipping and looking in the camera and all that? Like Aubrey's always on top in the situation. Even if he loses, he has full control of what's in front of him. This is the first time it looks like he has no control over the situation. He has nobody he can friend up and say, yo, can y'all help me out here? You got Rose blasting the Kendrick verse in the whip somewhere in Florida, probably. Unfollowings happening everywhere. What's going to happen with 21 Savage? 21 has a whole relationship in Metro. What, are we not going to get Savage Mode 3 now? You know what I mean? What's going to happen here?
Pick a side.
I think he's vulnerable. What Kendrick was saying in them raps, they made some points. Making a whole album called I Don't Trust You from people you collaborate with, who you have personal relationship with, who you've been throwing darts at, and you throw more M's you were shooting at Future. We didn't know the whole time until this shit hit the fan. Or we got to fight back immediately, because to me, he might lose. This might be the first time he loses the narrative. Well, Sin, you was talking about it on Monday. Chicks shaking ass in the club to like that. So what's the art?
Oh, yeah.
There's no escaping it. You know what I mean? So I think Mace, I'm not saying it needs to be tomorrow, but he got to say something quick.
Shit, the strip clubs apparently are rocking to it.
Nah, it's moving. It's definitely a moving record.
You know,
I seen a twerk video the next day.
I'm not even mad at that. Since Drake is traditionally somebody who does, record in a timely fashion, we don't have nothing to worry about here. You know what I'm saying? So,
but
we're not worried about that.
All right.
We really not.
But can we agree on this? Can we agree on this at the very least? Whether he takes a week, 2 weeks, a month, can he lay off the IG captions?
He needs to lay off the
That's
IG.
necessary.
Look at the
necessary.
photo.
Put the IG fingers away.
It don't look right.
You do the Drake pose.
And this is his fatal flaw in this situation right now. Is that he's still outside, right? J. Cole is at home with the family. He's not scrolling the timeline. He's not at the club hearing like that and telling his people, go fuck up the DJ because he's playing it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. And then you got
Chubbs
on Instagram threatening Aiden Ross and Kendrick Lamar and all
looking
this.
Crazy. You know what I mean? So he's still so much in the scene. He's being faced with this shit too much. So that's his fatal flaw right now. You know what I'm saying? Is that he needs to get off the internet, bro. Like, what are you doing, my nigga? There's no reason we should have been posting captions. You know what I'm saying? That's Meek Mill activities.
Damn it. What about J. Cole though? We keep bringing the fever to Drake. Cole hiding somewhere. Is he gonna come outside too? Cole got to come outside too.
Does he have to though?
I think so.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
think so too.
That was the nigga dropping snippets. Everybody looking at Drake like, wasn't J. Cole dropping a snippet a week before this shit? Where the fuck is the Team Dreamville? Where are the snippets, bro?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he might delete later. He already deleted it. Is that
Everything's
what happened?
deleted.
Yeah,
Like what happened?
Like, what's going
What
on?
happened?
What's
I still
going
stand
on?
on,
man?
I still stand on the hill that this is a bigger moment for Cole than for anybody else. You know
Hands
what I
down.
mean?
He's been
This is-
asking
this
for
is
this
his
for
fight.
years. I
Hell yeah.
think really that's what it was. I really think they just thought this nigga just ain't have the heart. No pun intended. I just really think they thought this nigga just was sitting out and just watched them just dog him to like the end of time. I think the nigga got tired. He responded. They was caught completely off guard. They had no response, no foresight that this shit was even gonna happen. They thought the nigga was really on rest mode, and here we are.
What about Ye kind of like adjacently involving himself in this with that Instagram post about being the GOAT and whatnot? Like, Sin, your man's, bro.
So Kanye.
Yeah, gotta go sit down somewhere, bro. Go make some sneakers. I don't know. Go make some more homeless looking clothes. I don't know. Go do something else. He needs to lay off the IG fingers and the Twitter fingers too, man. I mean, this is clearly a conversation of motherfuckers that came out of the blog era. You know what I mean? He already had like, by the time these guys really like made a mark, he already had like, I don't know, like 10 years in, at least, you know, 7 to 8 years in. Like, this isn't even his era. It's not his generation. Like, why is he putting himself in this conversation? His conversation is Wayne, Eminem, 2000s Jay. That's who he needs to compare himself to. Leave these guys alone, man.
No, Kanye's conversation is me. So as of right now, while the conversation's going on, it's a perfect time to interject myself while the conversation's about making good music, while the conversation's about like real rapping. You know, it's actually it's the most Kanye thing to do in actual reality. Yeah, it really wouldn't make sense any other way.
What do you think about that, Mace?
Kanye got that LeBron energy, like how LeBron will announce his free agency during the NBA finals. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's big look at me energy. Like, I just had a number one. Why are you paying attention to these guys? You know what I'm saying? First off, no more parties in LA, classic. Maybe whoever wrote that Kanye verse washed Kendrick, but like, come on, bro. In the Hoover concert, yes, you watched Drake in the Hoover concert. The man was crying while
Tears
watching
and all.
But Drake only performed CLB songs, so it's not even like it was Kanye's whole catalog versus CLB. Drake kind of pump faked that whole verses. I was mad at that he did that.
Okay, I mean,
matter of fact, just real quick, because I forgot that he even made that statement. I do not subscribe to this Kanye washed or got the better verse over Kendrick on No More Parties in LA narrative. I do not subscribe to that one bit.
I think that's implied, Sin. We know it's Kendrick. No one gets the better of Kendrick. It's the rule of thumb at the rap round.
I mean, come on, but listen to it. Like, it's not.
Listen,
if anything, it was even. I thought it was.
My thing is Kanye he is the Kardashian that rubbed off on him. He want to be in the mix. He heard Kim K talking about she want to make babies with Odell allegedly because he has great features. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That the music ain't doing enough. So he gotta do shit like this to be in the mix. And I think it's a conversation that needs to be had in the future about Ye, because so you made a great point about his era. Like, this wasn't his time. But what era does Ye belong to? I think we're gonna have to parse that out. I think a lot of his behavior is because of a certain standard that he probably didn't have to be held to, because he didn't show up in our last golden era. He didn't show up in the blog era. He showed up somewhere in the middle. And maybe we can talk about that in the future. You know what I mean? I think what is Kanye's era?
And obviously he leaked into He he went into that era, the blog era.
Well
I don't even know what proper word to use. I'm trying to dodge landmines here. But let's say that the blog era was like late aughts. You know what I mean? That was around the time he was dropping 808 Heartbreaks in 08, then Dark Fantasy, Yeezus. Yeah. So I mean, it's a little bit of a nebulous area there. It's a little gray there.
we gonna bring it down in the future. You know what I'm saying? But again, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, run those numbers up. Again, we are approaching 15,000 subs. People are liking what they seeing, they pulling up. We getting shot at in the comments by new people who don't know what we do at the show. So real quick before we get into our next segment, if you hear us say anything about certain rappers, we're friends and we forget the cameras are on sometimes. So like the other day we were talking about Kendrick on the live and motherfuckers thought we believe what we said, not knowing that Sincere is a Kendrick fan. So when Kendrick comes up, we might say some left field shit that's not actually accurate. If they bring up Big Sean for me, Big Sean is an issue for me on the pod. So if you hear Big Sean slander, it's because I'm a Big Sean fan. When we avoid Tupac conversations, it's because Mace is a Tupac fan. So we can't say what we really want to say sometimes. So we just avoid it altogether. And then when we get at Dini for not being able to pick between Jay-Z and Nas, it's because he can't pick between Jay-Z and Nas. So you got to be careful when you hear these conversations with us. It's not when we're doing this, it's banter. It's not serious takes. So bear with us as you pull in. You know what I mean? But again, we got a special guest pulling into the Rap Round Table. You know what I mean? Emergency appearance. Is that Coop's music? You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
Hello.
What's good?
Yeah.
Coop?
What up, God?
You know what I mean?
What's good,
a lot's
people?
going on. I'm just gonna set the table real quick. There's a lot going on. None of us at the Rap Round Table have the facts. We don't know anything. But Coop called this shot, said he wanted to pull up to the Rap Round Table, set the record straight of some things. You know, he's our A1 competitor. He's made us be better as podcasters. But the question now is, Coop, how are we going to compete if you're not on that show anymore?
I mean, well, a couple things. First of all, shout out to y'all. I think y'all have been doing an excellent job, by the way. I love the way.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
I because I'm a lover of hip hop and because I'm a competitor, I watch my competitors. And I love the way that y'all have, I feel like the organization of y'all show is leveled up. And I see it and I recognize it. So I love the progress that y'all are making. It is unfortunate that I have to come on your pod to do this. So the first thing I want to make clear is, and I'm sorry, and I apologize to all the fans of According to Hip Hop. I made a request to Mike that me and Mike do a final show together yesterday. He did not even respond to that message. So I apologize to the fans for that, but I've pretty much stayed on to According to Hip Hop probably for about the last 2 years because of the fans. And so I apologize for not being able to say goodbye properly. A lot has happened, but you want to know, how about this? Like, all of y'all are smart brothers. Do y'all play chess?
A little bit.
I'm not the biggest chess guy,
I figured
but I understand the mechanics.
Yeah, I know the rules.
Yeah.
So I've been playing chess since I was 5. So I was taught that as a chess player, if you're a good chess player, you think 3 to 5 steps ahead.
Yes,
absolutely.
If you're a great chess player, you think 3 to 5 steps ahead and can anticipate the moves of your opponent 3 to 5 steps. If you're an amazing chess player, you think 3 to 5 steps ahead and make the opponent think that they're 3 to 5 steps ahead. So, although I planned on doing this yesterday, I wanted to wait for Mike. And I say this in all seriousness with all clarity, because people started hitting me up as soon as he did. I didn't see it and I still haven't watched it, but Mike is not who y'all think he is. And he's a con artist. And what you saw him starting off the show was a little bit of the con, which has kind of led to a little bit of the conflict. There are no creative differences going on, guys. I want to make that very clear. There's no creative differences going on. The whole podcast started because of an article that I wrote. That was the start of the podcast. I remember
you told us that. Like, you wrote an article about, was it the JLEC album?
Yeah, a written testimony. So to say that there's creative differences is just really, I mean, it's politics, and it's really unfair to the fans that Mike doesn't want to tell the truth. And really, about all the things that have gone on behind the scenes that people are not privy to, I'm literally going to have to write a book about everything that has happened, which I am doing. And I plan on dropping the book later this year. It's going to be called According to Coop. And it's really going to pull the curtain back of everything that's going on. Because when I mean, first of all, part of why I stayed on is because of y'all. Is because I'm a competitor. And I love the competition. And not like in a malicious sort of way, but hip hop is a competitive art form. and we commentate on it in a competitive manner. And so anybody that knows me behind the scenes, and I say this respectfully to y'all, is that, well, y'all been catching up to us.
Hey, you know,
and
we're working, bro.
The competitor in me respects it, but I also don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, listen, on the last in studio we didn't I say, I was like, when Coop was saying who run it, I was a little salty. I ain't like that shit. But I didn't like that shit.
No, but you're not supposed to like it. And this is what I understand, what people need to understand. And I say this respectfully about him. Mike is one of those people that if Mike doesn't like it, Mike runs from it. He doesn't do it. And he doesn't understand that grown men are supposed to disagree. Like, I'm not supposed to agree with you all the time. I'm not supposed to like it. And quite frankly, you all whooping him and Ron's ass on the Monday show has something to do with my departure. But, okay? Because it's like this. Dini, do you remember the last time I was on here? And this has stayed with me, brother. The last time that I came on here, he was like, yo, Coop, y'all kind of pulled up on our block and it's not fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, as a man, you spoke to me and told me what your issue was. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because you spoke to me like a man and you came to me like a man, I handled it like a man. And I went back and I was kind of like, yo, we really need to stop pulling up on the niggas' block. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's room for everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? Now, because of some legal troubles that I'm having, I have to take some classes on Monday. Okay. Now, the show was supposed to be put on pause. I pull up and get out of class one Monday, and some nigga with glasses is on the screen. And I'm like, But because I'm a competitor, I want you to understand this. I didn't watch the According to Hip Hop show. I pulled up to see how many people y'all had in the room because they were on the same time as you guys.
Yep.
My bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because my first thought was, well, you don't bring knives to gunfights. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm looking at how many people y'all have in the room. And then I'm looking at all the people that we don't have in the room. And I'm like, well, you just officially compromised our brand by doing that. Because me not being there and the guy who's sitting in my place, well, that's like replacing an SK Russian assault rifle with a 380.
Damn it.
You're not going to win that fight, my G. And so respectfully, I let it ride for a couple of weeks. And I have receipts on everything that I'm saying. So if Mike tries to differentiate anything, I'm going to pull up the receipts. And Mike also needs to understand that I literally have kept every message he sent me the last 3 years. So I have all the receipts.
Damn.
Yeah, I keep everything because I'm a chess player. And I knew this day was going to come. Now, I told Mike 2 weeks ago, hey, that ain't working, fam. And I tried to tell him in a nice way, you kind of playing with our brand. Because you can call it a mic check all you want. When According to Hip Hop goes live, they expect to see me, they expect to see you. Jarv, when I was in New York for the Nas show, you're the one that got me to understand that shit. Because when I pulled up on you, you remember what the first thing you said to me was?
I don't. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You said, where the fuck is Mike?
Ah.
Yeah. I remember that.
And I was like, man, I just started shaking my head. And you literally poked me in my chest and said, nah, it's Mike D and Coop. That nigga's supposed to be here.
That sounds like me.
Definitely.
It does.
And when you said that, I realized that I may have succeeded in my mission, but we had failed as a brand. You understand? And so about that, ever since you told me that, I've been super mindful of watching how he moves. Okay? Now think about this. Who's been pulling up on y'all's show?
I mean, you have. You got the most features between the two of y'all. You know what I mean?
Who been pulling up on Fresh Out? On Hip Hop Talks?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm obviously the representative of the brand. For whatever reason that he's not pulling up, I'm sure he'll have his rationale and his reasons, and he's entitled to that. But he don't pull up and really love and check up on this rap shit like I do. So when I tell him, respectfully, like, hey, you doing the show at the same time as these dudes? Might as well go ahead and put me back on and rock at 8:30. And he agreed. The next 2 weeks, I'm getting out of class and I'm watching him still pull up. Now, the last Monday, because I'm competitive and I check the numbers, well, according to Hip Hop, at around 2,000 views for their last show on Monday. Y'all around 6,000 or 7,000 views.
7.
Like, literally almost triple the work. Now, y'all's following on YouTube, quite frankly, is only about 2,000 away from ours, when we consistently, for the time we have done this, have been 5,000 to 7,000 followers ahead. Well, that's because y'all have been putting in the work. And Jarv and Sin and Diddy and Mace, when I'm talking about y'all having the show organized, I see what y'all are doing and why y'all are catching up to us. And so I'm looking over at him like, are you not watching how they're moving? Respectfully, not like in a malicious way, but they're putting in the work that it takes to be successful and be on top. And I respect that. But the competitor in me is like, get the fucking work. Because when I watch Iceberg on Fresh Out, when I watch you, Jarv, when I watch y'all lead as host of this shows like Mike D is supposed to be doing, it exposes what he's not doing. And it's just that simple for me. Because I have a keen eye and because I watch. Now, I can't make no man step his game up, but I'm going to make sure I bring my A game. Okay? And so I pretty much told him, I don't like what you and Ron are doing to the brand. And so I need my own show. That way you all can take over the lives and y'all can deal with that. And I can be under a different umbrella under the brand. Because when I came to him about the Monday show, well, his response and Ron's response, well, we need more content. I was like, well, give me my own show for me to do the content.
But y'all didn't need more content because when y'all did the Wednesday shows, y'all was still eating the numbers. You know what I mean?
I just told you what he just gave everybody was a con, and he's a con artist. I'm aware of that, but I'm a chess player, so I'm poking him on purpose to see what he's going to do, because he knows that if I pull up under the According to Hip Hop umbrella with my own show, he gonna be in second place to me and actually be in third place because more people gonna watch y'all too. And so his ego and his pride has been in the way for a long time, and he really has left me no choice. And about the newness of it and the freshness of it, there are so many things that I'm going to speak on. But part of the reason why I'm going to write a book is because the whole reason that I became a writer was because I couldn't fully convey all of my emotions when I was younger. And then I realized when I wrote it down, I was able to say everything that I wanted to say. And out of respect for the fans, they need to hear properly what's really going on behind the scenes.
Gotcha.
You know, they don't need to hear it right now. They don't need to feel any emotion behind it. But he's not who he says he is. And I'm just going to kind of leave it right there. And the way that he started off the show is a prime example of his tendencies. Now, I was supposed to be starting a show called All the Things, correct?
Yeah, yes. I was about that. I was going to ask you that. Like, where's that at?
All the Things with Coop.
Well, we shot the pilot episode right at the end of the year. It might have been December 29th, December 30th.
And you do something on IG. You had to do some behind the scenes footage of that.
Yeah, no, that was just the sketch session. The actual show we haven't released yet. And the show went wonderfully. But as you can see, we've been recording from the house. We were recording in studio. Well, the gentleman who owned the studio, who also owns According to Hip Hop, really, that I came to find out, which is one of the things he revealed in the book this past year. Yeah. Well, he had to close down the studio because him and Mike were supposed to be going in on the studio together. And Mike woke up one day and just backed out. And so that left me with no studio to do my new show in.
Oh.
Damn it.
Right. Now, the gentleman who I'm speaking about, He pulled up to my job today. We're recalibrating. We're moving forward. But Mike doesn't even really own According to Hip Hop. He owns a piece of According to Hip Hop. Because he went in business with 3 people. One of the gentlemen is the gentleman in the glasses, Ron, behind my back. And so According to Hip Hop's owned by 4 people. But the gentleman who owned the studio, who I'm still getting down with, is a very astute businessman. And he had Mike and Ron sign a 3/4 deal, guys. You know what a 3/4 deal is?
Nah, put us on.
That means if you split the pie 4 ways, the only way that you can break it up is if 3 people agree.
Oh wow!
So there's no real boss, like per se. Like he's like Mike is not like necessarily the person in charge of the decision making.
Oh, he's definitely not the person in charge of the decision making, and I didn't find that out till this past year.
Yikes!
So,
yeah, man.
All of a sudden, Mike and Ron start playing me close. The other 2 gentlemen who own the piece start telling me the truth, and a lot of that truth will be revealed in the book. But their whole idea about starting to treat me well was to try to push one of them out to assume that 3/4 control. When I found that out, I obviously was like, nah, you kind of made that bed. You kind of need to lie in it. But those 2 gentlemen shared with me something very poignant. These gentlemen had never met me before. But because they respect who I am, because they know who I am and they know what I mean to the show, when the meeting was being had and paperwork was being signed, they asked about me and where my piece of ownership was. And Mike's response was, nah, he's just going to do the show.
Brutal.
I have receipts on all of this. And so if he ever tries to refute it, he's just going to be better off being quiet. Because when I mean it's ugly, I mean it's ugly.
Now,
You
Coop,
haven't talked to him?
Huh?
My fault, job. I was saying, you haven't talked to him?
To who?
Like to Mike, to like, you know, like as far as like make like so y'all could just figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Have y'all tried to figure it out?
The whole past year has been me pretty much saying ownership in my own show or I'm going to have to be out.
So for the sake of just argument, and only because I know how some people are who view your platform and how they would take you shedding light on this, Mike went on the show today and he showed a lot of grace. He was like, the show is not going forward. You know, we have differences. We're moving on. So a person would say he took that approach. Why is Coop doing this now?
Because the people need to know the truth.
Okay.
They don't know the lie. We built too much. I built too much equity with my brand and my reputation to lie to people. I'm not going to lie for somebody that doesn't even view me as an equal, even though he really built that platform on my back. And the stuff that I'm telling you right now, oh, that's not even the bad stuff.
Damn. Damn,
you know,
cool.
I gotta just cover the bases because you know they had the Facebook platform. He was doing well over there. The YouTube, I can say there is no YouTube according to hip hop, in my opinion, without the 2 of y'all together. More specifically, you. So he'll argue and say that I already had the blog, the Facebook, the website, etc., etc.
Okay, so the Facebook numbers aren't real.
What?
The Facebook numbers aren't real, guys. So let's do a little bit of simple mathematics right quick.
Copy.
I do a list of the 50 greatest producers of all time, or 25 greatest producers of all time. Now that's something in our sphere that should track a lot of traction. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Especially when you put it in a hip hop 50 year.
Facts.
Now, if we have 1 million followers, why are only 2,000 people seeing that post? Now, the numbers would tell you, traditionally in business, that the people who respond is 10% of who you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I saw that 2,000 for something that big, I was like, yeah, that 1 million is more like 200, 250,000. And that's just the reality of the matter, because the truth of the matter is that if we really had 1 million followers on Facebook, me and Mike wouldn't be working regular jobs.
Fair play.
True indeed.
Fair play. The YouTube numbers will be even bigger when you think about it.
It would translate. Yeah.
Well, that's part of the thing. It's like, go look at our other numbers. It doesn't correlate. There's 40,000 on Instagram. There's 17,000 on YouTube, but we got 1 million on Facebook.
It's crazy.
You know, men and women, hi guys.
Shout out to New Delhi.
Not the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Brutal.
So this is the reality of the world that I've been in. And when I mean I've really been doing it for the fans and about the sake of competition, I really have. Now, let me tell you something else. One of the gentlemen who actually still owns a piece of According to Hip Hop, he's the one that got our YouTube numbers cracking. And if he wouldn't have got our numbers cracking, y'all would already be ahead of us. When he got tired of dealing with Mike, he stopped helping. And that's why y'all been able to catch up. He was put in position to do that. We went through a 90-day stretch where we gained 5,000 followers on YouTube due to this man's hard work. He did not feel like that hard work was being appreciated, so he stopped. We've gained maybe 11. Well, I'm not part of the company anymore, but at the time, we maybe gained 1,100 followers since then in the 6 months after, when he got us 5,000 in 90 days. Legitimate followers. Got me more followers on Instagram. Like with one post I did, he sent people to my page. I had 20 new followers in an hour.
Okay.
So obviously knows some of what he speaks. Mike did not agree. Now also too, the gentleman who's doing the show on Monday, well, he left Mike because According to Hip Hop wasn't successful until I came along. And now that According to Hip Hop is successful, now he's back in the fray. And they're childhood friends. And so for me, well, if you want to do the show with your friend instead of doing good business, best of luck to you. Because you have to understand, for me, this is a business decision. One of the last texts I sent to Mike is that I want everybody to win and I wish you much success. It's just not going to be at my expense anymore. You're going to have to go out here and really earn your keep this time.
Yeah.
Without me, because the analytics and the numbers say that when I speak, it goes up.
And that's what I was going to say.
And when
I know your relationship with LT. I know your relationship with Nas Info and what those relationships have brought to your platform. Y'all don't get Hit Boy without you in your relationship.
Correct.
So it's like, what are we doing here? Like, at one hand, watch the other.
Correct. And so I'm just tired of putting my hands in the dirt and my hands not being washed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because it's business.
Right.
And when I'm telling Mike these things about the brand and the Monday show and y'all whooping our ass, I'm telling him, dude, this is not personal. This is business. Nobody's attacking you personally. I'm telling you business-wise what needs to be done to succeed. But he obviously took it personally. Because if he didn't take it personally, I would be saying goodbye to our fans on According to Hip Hop's platform the right way.
It should be.
And so all you really need to know about how it really went, and people really need to peep game, why is Mike D saying goodbye without Coop?
It's not amicable if it's a solo goodbye, you know what I mean?
Correct. So he can try to talk as amicably as he wants. I have the text message that says we should do one last after the back and forth. We should do the last show Wednesday and say goodbye to the fans properly. His emotions will not allow him to do that, and that's okay. He's more well within his rights to do that. But all I'm doing is what needs to be done business-wise. Now, since you're bringing up, Nas Info and my connections, I'm going to be moving on with Hip Hop Talks, and I'm going to be releasing a press statement about it tomorrow.
Okay.
So that is the move that I'm making, because when I look at the success of According to Hip Hop, and I say this in all seriousness, my relationship with Taj the past 2 years is actually what my relationship with Mike was always supposed to be.
Got it. Got it.
Like,
Got it.
Taj will text me at 8 o'clock in the morning like, Coop, wake up, we got to go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, for years, it's been like that. I might hear from Mike 30 minutes before the show, guys. Like, here's the topics. I'm like, oh, great, let's go. like, I'm ahead, so I'm ready at all times. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm ready. I watch the meter and read the tea leaves, like, without any assistance. So it's like, yeah. But no, the relationship that people think Mike and I have, it's like, well, I have that relationship with Taj, actually.
All right, well, it makes sense for you to make that move. And you know what? Yeah. I mean, since we here, we talking about future endeavors. We already texted about it, but why not, put it to the table like I told you via text. Bro, you're welcome to pull up to our live. You get a segment with Coop every Monday if you want, bro. Like, the door is open. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate the love, because, and I guess, Jar, great minds think alike, because I feel like, because first of all,
you're supposed to be at this table, nigga. Like this, you fit in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gang. Yeah, and I appreciate that. And even when we sat down in New York and broke bread after the Nas show, like, it was a beautiful thing. But also, too, and this is nothing against y'all, because of what I've experienced with Mike that people don't know about, I have to blaze my own path right now.
That's a fact.
Like, I just have
Understood.
to. And so I don't mind pulling up on you guys fresh out or anything. But the reality of the matter is I call Tosh the plug, is because it's very clear to me that without her plugs, according to hip hop, wouldn't even be where it is right now.
Ouch.
Like, she's the one that really got according to hip hop cracking. My relationship with her is what got according to hip hop cracking. You're right. There is no Hit Boy interview without Taj. Like, she has shared things with me behind the scenes about how that whole camp feels about me that is invaluable in terms of building a healthy relationship, a working relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, for the things that she potentially has on the table for me, I was going to step away anyway, and I have the receipts on this too. And this is why the fans need to understand this. I texted Taj on February 7th and said, I'm leaving according to hip hop. I just don't know when. Because I seen this coming, because I'm a chess player. I prayed about it. I stayed about it. And I shot her the line. As soon as I knew I shot her the line, it was like, I'm leaving. I just don't know when. Now, we have some things working behind the scenes, and quite frankly, they're the type of opportunities that Mike, and according to hip hop, has had years to provide and just can't provide me. And so, when I'm telling him that it's business, when I'm telling him I need my own show, y'all need to stop getting y'all ass kicked by Rap Roundtable. The business decisions that I'm making, guys, these aren't personal moves that I'm making, because what I'm really trying to say to him is like, well, you got to give me a reason to stay, because I got a better opportunity anyway. I'm just trying to not be an asshole and tell it to you in that way. Like, hey, nigga, I got bigger fish with bigger people on the table than you could ever provide me, so the least you could do is give me my own show. I didn't say it like that. I tried to come from him from a perspective of...
You tried to make it make sense for everybody.
I tried to make it make sense for everybody. But too often, when it comes to things like this, ego and pride is involved. It's just not my ego and pride that's involved. Because if my ego and pride was involved, I would have left years ago. Like, I stayed because I love the competition. Because I love the fans. I love this hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Man. This is unfortunate because, again, like, part of the game is the competition. He's like, all right, we was calling ourselves Monday Night Raw. Y'all Nitro. We scrapped on Monday.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. But peep game, I'm walking out of my class, and this is what I mean. This is how competitive I am, guys. When I walked out, and I seen that they had, according to hip hop, had 120 people in the room, and y'all had 300 people in the room. Oh, I got hot. I got real hot. Like you could have burnt the car down. You could have burnt the whole car down with my energy when I saw that. And because in my mind, I'm thinking like, you're not watching that?
Salute to the subs. Salute to the followers. Salute to
and also, we got to call it what it is. It was noticeable when we had the Fuego interview and Mike was on and Leroy Green was on with him, but you was in our chat. We like, what the fuck Coop doing over here?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, we was reading the tea leaves too. Like something ain't right over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, well, this is one of the things I addressed with him too. It's like, why are you bringing our guest on without me?
Yeah.
Like, they don't know Ron. Why can't Leroy pull up on Wednesday? So, as much as he's going to try to make it seem like it's amicable, like you said, you're reading the tea leaves. He was making moves without me anyway, so he was already trying to make plans to replace me.
Listen. I can tell you what I saw. If you want to know what I saw, I tell you right now.
Go ahead.
And I told it to the team. I said, I noticed mic check don't look like the Wednesday show. Seemed like there was a little more budget on that mic check than on the According to Hip Hop Live on Wednesday. Like it seemed like a move was already in motion.
Correct. A lot of moves have been motion without me over the years. That's why I'm going to write a book, because here's the reality of the matter. They've made motion and money without me, and I'll leave it at that.
Gotcha. And we could table it like that. Like I said to you before, Coop, anytime you're available on Monday, Thursday, whatever you want to pull up to the Rap Roundtables, come spar with us. You are welcome to do so. The door is constantly open for you to pull in, bro.
No, I appreciate that. And I really have been. And I say this sincerely, and people need to understand this is like the competitor in me is like that's watching y'all grow and watching how organized y'all are getting and watching the way that you've evolved as a host, Jarv. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like watching that shit is what, like, y'all motivate me to keep on going. It's like part of me was just like, I'm gonna sit it down for a year. But then I watch y'all show and it's like, man, I can't let them niggas have it like that.
Because you know we gonna talk shit.
Yeah, man.
A year's a long time. You never know what will happen in a year.
Listen.
Right. And so for me,
don't be Kendrick out this motherfucker. He'll never let you forget it, bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And so your next move is always supposed to be your best move. So me moving with Taj and Hip Hop Talks is a boss move.
It's the most logical play, all things considered.
It is. It's like, and here's the thing about it. It's like, well, I don't know when all the things with Coop is happening now, but I know some other things are going on behind the scenes because of Taj that I can't just reveal yet. That are already in motion, because it's like while I'm watching them make their motion, I'm like, well, if you want to make motion, I'm the one that's really got the plug, so let me make motion too.
There you go.
But before I make that motion, let me see what you really want to do and how much you value me. Do you value me enough to tell your man to sit down so we can make this fight the more even fight that it's been? Or your emotions going to get involved and you want to rock with your guy that you've known since junior high school? Since y'all want to produce more content so we can get ads and sponsors, well, then give me my own show so I can pull up one. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have to make it make sense.
You're right. You're absolutely right about that.
And this is just the tip of the iceberg, and that's why I have to write a book, because it's like, I mean, and here's the thing about it, and this is what Mike doesn't know. Oh, Taj already knows everything. And so, like, she's literally probably been asking me for, like, a year and a half, like, whenever you ready, Coop, like, whenever, like the door been open for that. So I could have been made this move. That door's been open, guys. Like, out of loyalty to the fans, out of the sake of competition. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're talking to somebody who really loves this. If it was really just about me and my success, I could have been left and been more successful. I could have been left. So it is what it is. And I'm so sorry that the fans have to hear the truth this way. You know what I'm saying? I really am. Like, I really am sorry.
The fans are gonna call you petty for sharing your truth on the Rap Roundtable, just so you know, because some of the fans leaned into the competition too. Now, some people like both shows, but some of them was leaning into that shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, so here's the difference between me and Mike. I'm never really gonna hide who I am to you guys. I can be petty sometimes, but I'm man enough to admit it. Okay. But also too, at the point that you're not affording me the opportunity to speak to our fan base, where's the logical place for me to go to speak? Because we have a lot of cross-pollination with our fan base. And so if he didn't want me, I mean, and this is how real I am, guys. I told him that I would do this if he did not meet my request. He's like, that's an ultimatum. I'm like, no, Mike, that's business. Like, if you're not going to afford me the opportunities that I need, it's like, yeah, I will pull up on Rap Roundtable. So this shouldn't even be a surprise to him. That's what I'm saying. I'm not being petty like y'all think. I let that nigga know I was going to do this before I even did it. Jar, before I hit you today, I told that nigga 2 days ago, I was like, I wouldn't do that if I was you. I was like, I'll just pull up on Rap Roundtable and tell the fans. You know what I'm saying? So
And
The
so
home of truth, bro. We're the home of truth.
of course.
Yeah.
So-
The first time we met, I told you I liked you. More and more, you proved me right, Coop.
yeah, I don't lie to people. There ain't no lying in me, guys. So it's like I told him like what I'm doing right now. I told him I would do it because that's just who I am. I don't go behind a nigga back and do shit. I say shit to a nigga face. It's like, yeah, if you can't do me that, I have to pull up on Rap Roundtable, pull up on Fresh Out. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't hide it. It's like because that's who I am, and I'm never gonna deny who I am. You get what I'm saying? I'm not about to put on a face. I'm not about to act like I'm sad. I'm not sad, guys. I actually woke up the day after it happened and I felt relieved because there's a lot of things that y'all don't know that have gone on.
I mean, he made your decision easy in the end. Like you
I
could
did.
read it. I mean,
You're gonna read it in the book, Coop.
Yeah, the competition between y'all and the fans is really what's kept me the last 2 years. Like, truthfully.
Salute.
Yeah. And so it's like, where'd you think I was going to go? And to me, and this is what I mean about how I can sell that it's personal for him. Why would you allow me to do this move that I'm doing right now when I afforded you the opportunity to say goodbye to the fans on our platform?
Mike don't take the competition as serious as you do, bro. You know that.
Oh, well, I mean, the biggest issue he had with what I said during our last talk was the fact that I told him I was going to do this. So you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
It's like, and I told him when I said it, I was like, I said that and I meant that. Like, I'm not taking that back. Like, I don't do shit like that. It's like, no, nigga, I told you I was going to do that and I meant it. Like, you being mad about it is supposed to make me apologize. It's like, no, I'm not that guy.
It is what it is. Well, Coop, we look forward to the next play.
Yeah.
Tell Taj that, you know, she can let us out the doghouse now. We've been in her doghouse since we was competing with you for 2 years. We caught a lot of strays from Taj because we was competing with Coop. No, tell Taj to let us out the doghouse.
Taj, let up on niggas.
She's a real Queens chick. You know what I'm saying?
We real
Say less.
niggas.
Say less. Say less.
Highlight
You
niggas.
don't gotta say nothing else.
I know what that is.
Yeah, like I don't think you understand. Like I done woke up sometimes and she be like, "Yo, nigga, you fucking up," and let me tell you why you fucking up. I'm like, I'll be like, "Yo," I'll be like, "Good morning, how are you?" She be like,
There
"No,
you
fuck
go.
all that." You know what I'm
Salute.
saying? So it's like y'all catch the strays. Oh, nigga, I catch the shots. Nigga, I need to wear a vest when I talk to Taj, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Because she might just open up and be like, yeah, like you did that, but it was stupid. Even with this, she was like, don't say too much, Coop. And I know she probably feels like I've already said too much, but I know that she knows the full truth. So it's like, this is really just like maybe 10-15% of what's going on.
Tip of the iceberg.
Listen,
Yeah.
Hip Hop Talks got a big move with you. I feel like with Adriel and the other homie over there, like adding you to the equation. That's a genius play.
Yeah. Sean from Corona.
Yeah. Yes, he did mention that on one of the
Big New York.
Yeah, he from Corona, Queens.
You know what I mean? So there you go.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I'm still kind of tapped into the Mecca. I'm still gonna move forward. And
y'all cover the East Coast. You got New York, you got VA, you got Georgia. Boom, and you got some connects in Carolina as well.
Well, here's the thing about it too, and this is what I mean, guys. Is like, you know, Taj has really been my manager and my agent the last 2 years. It's like the moves that she's made for me, she actually deserves to get paid for. And so there's some loyalty involved too, where I kind of told her, it's like, yo, I was like, I'm gonna make this shit right and like start getting you paid. And so like this is kind of like me repaying her loyalty to me about granting me so many things too. You know what I'm saying?
Salute. One hand wash the other, man.
You gotta know your worth. You gotta be around the right people, and you gotta go win championships. That's basically it.
Right.
Sure.
So we're not done competing.
Okay. Okay.
We wouldn't even have that.
We're not
Wouldn't expect it any other way, brother.
You know what I mean?
This is far from over.
Okay. Shout out to Hip Hop Talks. I mean, you know what? Listen, you know what I mean? That kind of competition is necessary. It makes both shows, both platforms better. You know what I mean? And the next time you yell who run it, we'll just have to get better again. You know what I mean? That's how it has to be.
Yes.
And I'm happy now and I feel free. So you know.
Salute, man.
Yeah, but I appreciate y'all giving me this opportunity to speak right now. I really do. It means a lot.
No doubt, man.
Open the round table is always a classic.
Listen,
like,
our lunch table is open. You know what I mean? Anytime we chop it up with you, was good energy. even if we competing, when we not
Right.
talking about the ladies, all the shit talking across platforms. We love it.
Right.
Because the thing is, when people never understand that we gonna talk our shit, but when we get together, we gonna make some fire podcast and hip hop talkery.
Right.
That's what it's all about. You know what I mean?
Always.
But Diddy, man, like I appreciate you for approaching me like that about that shit. That shit stayed with me. You know what I'm saying?
Salute, good brother.
Like I respect the man that really tells me how he feels, and like I respected that like you really felt that, and I know it's competitive, but I could tell that you felt kind of offended, like we weren't playing fair, and I don't like that. Like it's supposed to be a fair fight. It's supposed to be a fair fight. You know what I'm saying?
Coop.
Yeah. So appreciate y'all. We'll be building and talking soon. I don't know how soon all this stuff is in the works because I actually have some real representation in Taj now. So it's really about what my manager says, nigga. You got to holler at me. I'm gonna have to check my calendar.
I did.
When you hit my line and you say, "Yo, job, I need a few minutes." That's it. That's how we been doing it. You know what I mean?
We'll have our people talk to your people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. But we'll see you on the battleground, though. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Always love it. Appreciate you guys.
Love, bro.
Cool. Salute, family.
Yeah.
Peace. Appreciate you, bro.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
That was the homie Coop letting it be known. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
This is
sir.
the Rap Roundtable, a classic episode.
Another
You know what I mean? Felt like Shane McMahon at the end of Raw at Nitro and shit. You know, shit crazy. That was not on my bingo card. I'm lying. It kind of was. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, hey,
Not to that extent. That was
Yeah.
That was a lot.
how truthful do we want to be right now?
Hey, I'm
Pretty truthful. Pretty truthful here.
Coop just kept it 100% real. We might as well do the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
We not surprised. That's all I'll say.
Seen it in the force.
Some of the things he said, we have said in conversation, independently of Coop, with no information. Put it to you like that. You know what I mean? But this is the Rap Roundtable, the lunch hour.
Yeah.
You know, I guess we're competing with hip hop talks now. You know, we'll scrap at them how we scrap at every other podcast. You know, it's all a good faith. Even though niggas thought we was haters, we really just want to be the number one in the space. I think hip hop talks is gonna be a strong competitor though, because they got some knowledgeable cats over there.
Facts.
They got a real New Yorker over there, not no cosplayer. You know what I mean?
A couple apparently.
Yeah. 2 New Yorkers, in fact. That's a fact. Real connections, and I don't think that listen, shout out to the competition. That's all I'll say to my hip hop talks. I don't want to slander the cosplayers over there. You know what I mean? Diddy the balance. Take us home, man.
Yo, salute to the problematic one, the homie Coop for pulling up on the Rap Roundtable. Salute to Jav, the point guard. Salute to Sincere, the rap snob. Salute to Macito, the voice of the industry. I'm Dini, the balance of the force of our powers combined, man. It's the Rap Roundtable lunch hour, Monday Night Raw. Lunch hour, you dig? Boom!